Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another instant reaction. Dolphins lose 31-17 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. This was a tough game. A lot to break down, as always. We'll give you guys the scoring summary first, then we'll go into some of the stats, talk about some of the key plays in the game. Obviously 26 first downs to 12. It looks like a game dominated by the Eagles, but it really wasn't. They definitely, I think, were the better team, but they didn't dominate the game, I don't think. We'll get to the penalties, but guys, look at the penalties. We'll get to it later, but Eagles had 0 penalties while the Dolphins had 10, but we'll get to that all later. Jake Elliott hits a field goal, which was a really good result for the Dolphins defense. The Eagles drove right down the field, and it looks like they were going to score a quick touchdown, but in fact, it was actually just a field goal. Jason Sanders would respond with a 40-yard field goal to even the score at 3 heading into the second quarter. Jalen Hurts would find Dallas Goedert for a 19-yard touchdown, and then Jalen Hurts would do the tush push, or the brotherly shove, as they call it, where, you know, the play by now. 2 guys stand behind him. He stands at the goal. He snaps it, and they push him in. Going into this game, I'm like, oh, I'm fine with that play. I don't mind it. And now I hate the play. I absolutely hate the play now. It's just such a cheat code, man. It works every time. They would literally get 3 yards every time, and you couldn't stop it. And then Tua would find Tyreek on what was just a beautiful play. Tyreek, double covered, just goes right past the 2 defenders, and Tua throws it literally perfect. It couldn't have been a better throw, and it was a great route by Tyreek, 27-yard touchdown. Then they're down by just a score, but let's break down a specific drive. I have to find it here. It was early in the third quarter. Yes, here we go. Okay, right here. Where was it? Right here. Here we go. They were finally identifying the run game a little bit. It struggled at the beginning of the game, but as the game went on, Mostert had 2 big runs, and all of a sudden, it was 4th and 3. McDaniel goes for it. I was like, okay, McDaniel, do we just take the points here? You know, I feel like we take the points here. And, you know, he doesn't. He does go for it on 4th and 3, and it is incomplete. But you see the pass was intended for Cedric Wilson. You see Cedric Wilson kind of turn, and you're like, well, I guess he just miscommunicated. But you go to the replay. I think it was James Bradbury on the coverage, and I think even Eagles fans could agree with me. It was a easy face mask. He tugged on the face mask, and it turned Cedric Wilson away. And you know, he literally had no chance of catching it. And obviously, Cedric Wilson was looking for the flag. No flag came, as usually, even if somebody complains a little bit, the flag will come. But I don't know. The Eagles had 0 penalties. They were pretty undisciplined, but I mean, that one, you just have to throw the flag. I mean, he tugs on the face mask and turns Cedric Wilson away from the play. There's no way he can catch the football, so I think you got to throw the flag. But I think even Eagles fans will agree with me. So then you have, we'll go back here. Eagles are up by 7, and they're feeling good. They just got the stop, and Dolphins bring a blitz. I think it was Kader Kohu got a piece of it. Yes, he got a piece of the football, bounces in the air. Not really in the air, but it bounces right to Jerome Baker, who's in the right place at the right time. He picks it up for a pick six, a 22-yard pick six touchdown to tie the game at 17. So now, even after the missed flag, you feel like after the pick six, you gain some momentum back, and you have a tie ball game. But then a really good drive by the Eagles, really good. A.J. Brown was an absolute beast tonight. The Dolphins, obviously they were missing Xavier Howard, but that's not an excuse, man. The missed tackles were bad tonight. Yeah, missed tackles were bad. A.J. Brown is an absolute beast. He was breaking tackles like it was nothing. And Caterco, who struggled a little bit tonight, I thought he was a little better than I expected. He's got a really, you guys have to understand, he's got a really tough task as a second-year player covering A.J. Brown, one of the best receivers in the game. And I thought he contained him pretty well for the most part, but there's a couple plays where I just feel like we have to make those tackles early. So the Eagles are up by a touchdown once again, and then Tua throws a pick maybe in the red zone or just outside the red zone. It's not a good throw. Tua was really, really good throughout this whole game until that throw. It just wasn't good. Me personally, I just would have thrown it away. I know he was trying to extend the play, trying to make a play. He was looking for Mostert, but he did throw a pick, an interception there. So he threw the pick, and the Eagles had the momentum. It was Darius Slay with the play, and then Kenneth Gainwell with the touchdown with 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. If you guys didn't know, me and my dad do the predictions every week. He's an Eagles fan. I'm a Dolphins fan. He was telling me there's still time. It's like, there is no time left. 4 minutes, 50 seconds. We only had one timeout. And yeah, a big run by DeAndre Swift, and that will get them first down, and they would just run out the clock from there. Eagles own the time of possession, 36-23. They definitely had the ball a lot. Tua was sacked, I think, 3 times. Hurt sacked 3 times. A lot of trick plays. Obviously, the Dolphins do a lot of motion plays on their offense, but a lot of trick plays tonight, a lot of trickery, some run, some fancy kind of jet sweeps. They tried a flea flicker with Cedric Wilson. He did get sacked on the play. Maybe could have thrown it, but you don't want to be risky with those plays and throw an interception. But yes, the Eagles had more total yards by 100, and they had slightly better on the passing yards and passing game. Better rushing yards. Dolphins' rushing attack was decent. Mostert was decent tonight. They kind of abandoned the run a little bit again, as we've seen, throughout the season. Some games would just abandon the run. 5 yards carry is not that bad. He had a couple huge runs. He struggled out of the gate, but he made up for it. But anyways, so yeah, now let's get to the stats. We'll start with the Eagles. The winning team, much deserved. They played a really good game, and I do think they were the better football team. Hurts was 23 of 31, 279, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, which was a pick 6. But other than that pick 6, Hurts had a really good game. He did fumble the ball on the first drive, which the Dolphins had to settle for a field goal. But it is what it is. I thought Hurts played really well tonight. He also had a rushing touchdown on the tush-push play, which is just broken. That play is insane. Gainwell also had a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, I thought, had a good game. He didn't have a touchdown, but I thought he had a good game. Dallas Goedert only targeted 5 times. Good game. A.J. Brown, like we already said, is a beast, man. He was so good. 10 catches, 137 yards, and a touchdown. But moving on to the Dolphins side here. I'm a Dolphins fan here, so we're, mostly talking about the Dolphins. But, we got to give credit to the other team because the Eagles played a really good game today. Tua, 23 of 32, 71.9% completion percentage, 216 yards, 6.8 yards per attempt, a touchdown, and a pick. Like I said, the interception was bad. Wasn't a pick 6, though. Sacked 3 times, and a couple of, every time he was sacked, pretty much he just kind of just went down, and I'm fine with that. Guys, there's no point in taking an unnecessary hit. If you see the pocket collapsing and it looks like you're about to get sacked, just go down. Tua doesn't have to take a hit then, and I'm totally fine with that. I love what Tua's doing this season. He's playing really good football, and he's playing safe too, man. If he sees pressure coming, he'll just throw it away if he needs to, but I thought he played a really good game tonight. The interception, though, was not great, but other than that, I thought he played a good game. Mostert, like we said, 9 rushes, 45 yards, 5 yards a carry, pretty good. Tyreek Hill was really good tonight. He had one, I think, drop kind of in the end zone where he just kind of bobbled the ball. Also, Dolphins had a touchdown. The one drive I said that they settled for a field goal. They had a touchdown, called back for a flag. It was a holding. And I kind of forget, it was a while ago. It was the beginning of the game, but I'm pretty sure it was a good call. It was a holding call, but it just stinks. We had a touchdown. It would have been Tyreek Hill. He would have ended up having 2 touchdowns this game, and that would have changed the game. I just don't think the score of this game really tells the full story of how close the game was. I get it. Eagles had 14 more first downs, but really, and I said this to my dad, and he agreed with me. I said I really don't think the score tells how close the game was, and I think there's just a couple plays if the Dolphins can, convert that one fourth down with the face mask. But what was the other one? Yeah, the touchdown with the flag, which obviously I said was a good penalty. I think it was a flag, but there was a fourth down that the Eagles went for. It's like 4th and 3. I'm like, wow, he's not kicking the field goal. What are you doing? And it ended up being a touchdown. And I was like, wow, okay. I mean, hey, good play call. But yeah, Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle was 6 catches, 63 yards on just 6 targets. Waddle did leave the game for a little bit with an injury. Good to see him fight it back, and good to see him come back in the game and make six catches. Cedric Wilson had 2 catches for 48 yards. He had two big plays, big catches. Berrios, just 1 catch, but I have to say this, Braxton Berrios is a great return man, averaging 26.3 yards per return and 16 yards on the 1 punt return. I mean, if it's in the back of the end zone, I don't care. I want this man returning the football. He is fast. He's electric. Obviously, you want a guy like maybe Tyreek Hill returning the football, but Berrios was really good. With Tyreek Hill, would just, speed through. He's super fast as well, but I think with Berrios is he just picks up speed as soon as he catches it. He's just ready to fly. He was given a solid field positioning to like the 30. But anyways, we talked a lot about the stats. Let's get to the defense. Okay, Eli Apple. Big assignment tonight. No Xavier Howard. So he was covering AJ Brown a decent amount of the game. Like I said, Kader Kohu was covering AJ Brown a lot of the game. I thought Eli Apple actually did okay. He had a nice pass deflection on a play against AJ Brown where he played it perfect. There was 1 or 2 routes where, he did, what is it? There was one with Smith where he just kind of cut back, got past Eli Apple. But I actually did think Eli Apple did a big job tonight to try and stop the top receivers of the Eagles. I thought he did a fairly good job. Bradley Chubb was all over the place tonight. He was really good. He had a lot of pressure on Hurts. He had 2 sacks tonight. And I just thought he was really good. He had a forced fumble. Jerome Baker, we already know he had the pick 6, man. Jerome Baker was good tonight as well. 6 solo tackles, 5 assisted tackles. Who else was good? Christian Wilkins was solid. Van Ginkel was solid. David Long Jr. played pretty good. He was solid. He did get injured on a collision with Javon Holland. Hopefully David Long Jr. is okay. Javon Holland did come back in the game, but hopefully David Long Jr. is okay because he did not come back in the game. Chase Claypool also, by the way, did have a few. He was on for a few downs. He didn't catch any, and he didn't get any targets, but he was there for a few plays. And like I said, Kader Kohu, we talked about him. I thought he played fine. Jalen Phillips was good tonight, too. He had a sack at the end of the first half, which I guess didn't really matter. But I thought he was good tonight. I thought the defensive line was really good tonight. Like I said, I think Bradley Chubb was the best player. And obviously Jerome Baker with the pick 6. Sanders made his only field goal and both of his extra points. But wanted to that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Real quick, I want to say the penalties. Dolphins had 10 penalties for 70 yards. Eagles with 0 penalties for 0 yards. I'm not blaming the refs or anything. I just think the Eagles were more undisciplined. Or more disciplined, sorry. the Dolphins were more undisciplined because the Dolphins had a lot of false starts, 2 delay of game penalties where you just didn't get the snap off. And, obviously they missed the face mask. That was a clear penalty, but I don't think the blame goes to the refs here. I just think the Eagles were disciplined. They didn't take any penalties. They didn't take any false starts. But that's pretty much going to do it for the video. Like I said, I think Tua played fine besides the interception. But the Eagles were the better team. They got the dub tonight. Dolphins fall to 5-2, but good luck for us. Good luck for us Dolphins fans because we do get the tough defeat tonight against a tough Philly team. But the Buffalo Bills lost to the New England Patriots today, and that is going to be huge. Buffalo falls to 4-3, while Miami 5-2, and the Dolphins fans were thinking, oh, if we lose this game to the Eagles and the Bills win, they'll have the lead in the division. Bills lose to the Pats. Bills will be on Thursday Night Football. But as for the Dolphins, we look ahead to next week. We have to stay positive, guys. 5-2, still very solid. And we played a good team tonight. It's not like we lost to the Patriots, I mean, they lost to the Patriots. It was a good squad we lost against. We lost to the Eagles, are a very good team. But we got the Patriots next week. You can't take it lightly, though. Although the Patriots are 2-5 and haven't been very good this season, you can't take it as an easy win. This is okay, maybe not a very good Patriots team, but it's still a good NFL team, still a good team, and you just have to take them seriously. And they just beat the Bills today, so they could beat the Dolphins, but I hope the Dolphins can win. They're at home. They're 3-0 at home and 2-2 away. I am a big believer in home advantage. I do think it plays a factor in football. Dolphins are 3-0 at home, 2-2 away. I mean, it's not really a huge difference, I guess. Both their losses are away. But, yeah, we have the Patriots next week, and then we have the game in Germany against the Chiefs, and then the bye week. But we don't want to look ahead too much because, we're just past week 7. But good game to the Eagles and to the fans, the Eagles fans. Good game, guys. You definitely deserve to win this one. You played well. But that is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.